What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Broadway Joel. If you like to stay up to date with boxing news, please hit that subscribe button. And if you've been here before, thanks for coming back. So on Sunday, we got the pay-per-view between Gervonta Tank Davis and Isaac Pitbull Cruz for the lightweight WBA regular title, whatever that means. But we're here to talk about the undercard. So the undercard is actually a decent one that may tip you over in case you were wondering about buying the pay-per-view or not. So for the co-main event, we have Sebastian Fondura versus Sergio Garcia. Sergio Garcia is an undefeated fighter from Spain. He's a talented fighter, but lacks power and sometimes is there to be hit, but he's somebody who's not going to come in there to lay down. He's going to go in there and put a good performance for himself, and he's going to try to preserve his O. He's 33-0. You don't come into a fight with 33 fights and not be prepared. Also, but he's fighting an undefeated fighter, Sebastian Fondura. Sebastian Fondura is 6'5" at 154 pounds. This guy is huge. He has 80-inch reach, and he's an offensive come-forward fighter. He's very, very offensive. And you imagine a 54-pounder that tall coming at you, throwing 80, 100 punches per round. You know, I really like Sebastian Fondura. He's a really, really fun fighter to watch. I don't know where he's going to go in terms of his career, but in terms of entertainment, he's definitely going on the way up. Another fight is Sergey Dvalinchenko versus Carlos Adames. Carlos Adames originally started at 147, had trouble making a weight, moved up to 154, and then lost to Patrick Teixeira, which is his only loss, and eventually now is moving up to 160. He's a decent fighter. He does come forward. He does provide knockouts, at the lower weights at least. But he's fighting Sergey Dvalinchenko, a very, very good middleweight, a guy who has 3 losses, but those 3 losses are to Charlo, Daniel Jacobs, and Triple G. And some people even think he won the fight against Triple G. So this is definitely going to be a fun fight, a fight where, you're almost wondering, like, is Dvalinchenko really that dude? Every time he steps up, he loses. And you're also wondering, like, is Carlos Adames, did we underestimate him at the lower weights? Was he having trouble making a weight? Is that why he wasn't successful? Because if you remember, Top Rank was really promoting him as somebody like, oh, like, this guy's going to be a star. And then once he, took his loss, they kind of just cut him. So there's that. And then the final fight for the main event, for the undercard is Luis Arias versus Vaughn Alexander. Vaughn Alexander is Devin Alexander's brother. What's interesting is he was a very successful amateur, got arrested, and then, I think he did like 10 years. He did a long time, 7-10 years, came out and pursued his boxing career. He's actually a decent fighter, but he does have 6 losses, 1 draw, so, he hasn't performed to his capabilities and what he probably would have been had he not been to jail. But he is a decent fighter who knows what he's doing in the ring. Plus, again, he has that lineage of being the brother of Devin Alexander. Luis Arias, he's coming off that big win against Jarrett Hurd. Ever since moving back down to 154, it seems like he is now more in his groove. Maybe that 160 was too big for him, but I like what I'm seeing from him. What I saw from him, in that last Jarrett Hurd fight. He is going to come to fight. He's going to come determined. And hopefully he can get this win and he can maybe take the next step into fighting for a title eliminator of some sort. But in conclusion, if you were debating about buying the fight and you needed a decent undercard to buy it, then yes, this is a decent undercard. Now, if you needed a great undercard to buy this pay-per-view, then I would say no, don't buy it because this isn't a great undercard. There's no championship fight, period. Not even the main event, because the main event is for WBA regular. So there's no championship fights. So, and also the undercard is just not 100% great. So if you needed a great undercard to buy it, then don't buy it. But again, if you needed a decent one, then buy it. Plus the main event is going to be entertaining. Whether it'll be competitive, we don't know. We'll see, because Isaac Cruz is a tough guy. And a lot of people are picking Gervonta Tank Davis to blow him out. But we all saw what happened last Saturday with Teofimo. Just because you think one guy's going to blow him out doesn't mean that that's what's going to happen. So we'll see. I'm going to buy the pay-per-view. I think it's worth it. But again, this is my assessment of the undercard for you guys. But all right, guys, I go live every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. Please come. I do call in, so if you guys want to call in and express your opinion on anything, you guys can. Or if you want to ask me a question, you can also do that. Also, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and follow me on Twitter at _BroadwayJoel. But all right, guys, till next time. Peace.